Dad, what up? Big Vinny.
Lobby.
Test tube check. Test tube check.
Can we get a test tube check on aisle 1, please?
Come on, big fella. Come on now.
Sub up, Chew. Someone turn this music off. Come on, bro. Ramble now mentioned you, clown. Gotcha.
Guys, Beav will bet NBA, don't worry. He just needs a week or two to see all the data and everything. How he bet. Right, Beav? Oh, we'll get into that.
Wow, dude.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's up, boys? How are we?
Bro. Beav, man. Come on.
Beav back to his old ways. Nothing has
Now
changed.
on
Nothing has
to-
changed. I'm eating on some blackberries right now. Look at that. Look at that succulent looking berry, dude. Come on, baby. Come on. Great day. Great day to be a Ramble supporter. Episode 33. Did you check the episode title, bro? It is Ramble Now in Spanish.
Dude, I was wondering what that was. I was just letting it go.
Divagar Ahora.
I figured it was something about like one of the teams or something.
Bro, we on right now? Need 2 for 2K? Bro. Royal got you after stream ends.
Yeah. I haven't
You're
played
gonna-
2K in quite some time, but I'm
You're gonna
definitely
run the
down.
Booker crew?
Yeah, if they need one, yeah. Beav, I would wax you, buddy, respectfully.
He's
Me and
not
Beav
bad.
gonna have to 1v1.
He's not bad. I watched him.
As fat girls.
MJ, I got you this year on Chicky Bulls props. I'm sure you do, Chew. I'm sure you do. I'm confident in you. Free fire W's. Appreciate everyone coming through today. Beav, yes, we're going to be live pretty much 5-6 days a week at least. Probably not Fridays is the only day. Maybe some like other weird ones. All right, Fat Girls is going to come on, talk some NBA with us.
Fuck
I have
up,
a bunch
dude.
of plays. How many plays did you lock in, Royal? I got to give you your flowers.
Locked in
3-0
five.
day yesterday for Royal. First day of the NBA.
Yeah, chat. Come on. We went what? 6-0 together? 6-0
me-
together?
me and you?
Opening NBA night. I'm
6-0, dude.
gonna take a 5-second breather.
We had two
Back.
units on Miles McBride, and then you took Rui to take us home late night. And then we had
I actually snuck Lakers too, I'm not gonna lie.
we had Lakers
Snuck
plus
Lakers.
1. We had first half Knicks TT under, which you didn't take for obvious reasons,
Yeah,
but
I'm not taking
that was sweaty as shit.
Not
That was
taking
so
shit.
sweaty. We were sweating that out together. I thought we were beyond good after that first
Well,
quarter.
If Macau literally like poured UD40 on or WD40 on himself at halftime. Because that
Yeah,
shit
I'm
was
glad I
fucking
took the
broken.
I'm
God
glad I
damn.
took the first half too, because the full game ended up going over. So that was awesome. We went flawless between the two of us. Let's keep that undefeated streak today, shall we?
Yeah, please.
Um,
Also, I'm very curious to see how this Pacers game plays out. Obviously, we'll get into that, but Pacers are coming to the Garden on Friday, and the Knicks just got fucking waxed. So you know I'm already leaning to Knicks Mega Max, but we got to see what the Pacers do.
what's good, bud, man? How are you? Yeah, Beav hit a 5-team NHLA last night as well. I seen for
Saw
like
that.
1.5K, just doing Beav things.
I
Guaranteed-
actually I tailed Flames. I saw it was Fruity's POD.
Yeah.
And I checked. I think they were down like 2-1 or 3-1 or something. They were down. I was like, Like maybe they come back, and then I see they go into a shootout or something. So if that cashed your parlay, beef, that's fucking sick.
Pretty sure it did.
Lie. I mean,
Pretty
what
sure
better way to cash a fucking lay than that?
I gotta turn Fruity's noties back on now that it's hockey season.
Yeah.
He's
He's heating
like,
up. He's heating up. I think the Fruity 3 hit last night, if I'm not mistaken.
fuck yeah. Is he doing? Does he do the same thing where he parlays them together like Chelly, or is it just three?
So
players?
I don't know. He does a lot. I don't touch the player props. I've seen. If you remember, like 2 years ago, like shots on goal was so popular. Like
Very, yeah. And then everyone started
SOGs,
straying away from it.
everyone started ditching them. I guess the stat corrections are so bad, and I guess they really honed in on like what actually is an SOG, and like I heard it's just shit. Because I remember I used to tail a lot of people on those because they were, I don't want to say free, but they hit at a pretty good amount.
Yeah. No, you used to hear it all the time on Surge Stream.
Yeah.
Now you barely hear it.
Not a single one aside from Fruity. Maybe Chelly, I think.
What's up, boys? What's up, boys? Have Javon
Sandy.
invite. Oh, they're talking to beef each other. What's up, Sandy? How are we? Chad, before we get started, I want to hear what everyone's favorite play of this 10-game NBA slate is.
Talk about CLV, Sandy. You a little nervous?
Pete it.
I'm pretty sure Giddy got like 4 or 5 points of CLV. It's actually crazy. Trey Young opened up at 21.5 points. That shit's at like what, 26 now?
Yeah.
John Morant, same thing, opened up at 21. He's got to be 25, 26. Dude, we were looking at this.
What?
We couldn't get there. It's a wait and see for us.
Tyus Jones assist. Yeah, we were talking about that actually, Dan. That's funny.
I don't know how you've been watching or how long you've been watching or following us, Dan, but I was a huge Tyus Jones glazer. Every time John Morant was out, I would immediately blind bet Tyus Jones assists, PAs, whatever it was, everything. Yep. Token's still in here. Me and him literally blindly did it every time. Problem is, Booker's very ball dominant, KD's ball dominant, Beal's ball dominant. So I need to see. I need to see how he does it.
Yeah. No, I was so close to getting there, and then Royal was like, I feel like this is a wait and see with how the Suns are going to play.
It could be free. Could absolutely be free.
The both of us love Tyus Jones personally.
I love him.
The dude can distribute like no other.
I'll tell you how high I was on him. Just because I didn't. When that summer we signed Brunson, Tyus Jones was also a free agent. I was like, I want him to be the Knicks starting point guard. Honestly, I forgot Brunson was a free agent, but we all knew. Nobody thought he was that good at the time. But I wanted Tyus Jones to be our starting point guard. That's how high I was on him.
Yeah.
And then he was ass on the Wizards because that team was a joke. What up, Adam?
What's up, Adam? Yeah, I was actually talking to Adam Royal in the DMs. We're gonna have him on as a guest. I don't know if he's answered me yet, but I told him basically it depends on the sport. So NBA during the week, CFP Saturday, or NFL Sunday. Love to have you on, Adam.
Absolutely.
Oh
yeah.
I'm out on Sandy if he doesn't sweep. You hear that, Sandy?
Look at this.
Fighting words early.
Love Pistons plus 5.5. Just puke typing that.
I like Boxley. I'm pretty sure I gave him a follow on Twitter. He's a good guy.
We'll get into that, brother.
She'll think about the Hawks. We will talk about every single game in depth. Don't you worry, boys. Don't you worry. This is where me and Royal shine the brightest. We love the NBA. We live and breathe the NBA. So we love these type of days where we have a 10-game slate, especially somewhat still opening night. I still consider it opening night. It's still opening night for a lot of other teams.
It's opening night.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll talk about it.
What's up, brother? Yeah, Sandy, I think I wear this like every other stream for the most part.
You
I
do.
literally just toss on a hat, to be honest with you.
You do.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, Royal, I got to get you some kind of Royals props, like neon sign for you to put in
Bro, I was saying that, but yeah, I would have to probably take it up and down, though. Or
those neon signs are expensive.
I know, but like I use Zoom for fucking work. Can't be having
yeah. Royals props in big green letters.
Yeah, I get canned in a heartbeat.
Yeah. That's funny. All right.
I'll figure something out. I'll be honest though, Chad, I didn't know if I was gonna stay in this apartment, so I didn't really get too many. But
the chat loves your apartment, dude. I will ask everybody
on
Twitter.
Insane asylum, though.
I don't think anyone thinks that. If anyone on Twitter, please come over to Twitch if you could. Help us out with the numbers over here. This is our Twitch. Come through. You can interact with chat. Do some emotes. I don't see enough ramble emotes lately. I don't see enough test tubes. I don't see enough Rolo, Grim Reaper in the rain. We got tomatoes too. I mean, it's pretty cool over here.
Exactly what I was thinking, by the way. Perfect rotation, but yeah, we'll see. And Sandy, I do sides and totals in NBA.
Not as much. Not as much.
Not as much, but I still do.
Yeah.
I'm kind of more selective. I like to start the season for sure.
There we go. They're the emotes. I did want to say thank you guys so much for the subs lately. I mean, we're at 280. We've had a sub goal at 300, and you guys have been killing it. So thank you guys for the subs and all the support as of lately. You guys have been really showing love on Twitter, on Twitch. So it's been really cool to see. So thank you guys. Season 2 of Ramble has been a success so far, in my opinion, at least. I don't know what you think, Ro, but I think it's been awesome.
Oh, no, big time. 100%. This is where I'd say it's just getting started, too.
Yeah, I mean, first day of the NBA season, pretty much. So we got a long way to go.
Rollover is Chewy tonight.
Rollover is Chewy.
What is that?
Yeah, that's pretty tough. It looks like a boxing glove covered in neon. All right, let's get into this slate here. Let me let me show my screen real quick. Get this shit going for y'all. All right, 1 second here, boys. Ooh. Sorry. Gotta make this look all nice and pretty.
Bro, this first game I think it's trickier than people think.
Oh, definitely. And I mean, we already seen what chat likes so far, which is interesting. And I got actually an interesting nugget with that first half under, Royal, that we were talking about before stream. The total didn't change, Royal, and it's moved 2 points on the first half total. Tell me how that makes any sense. I've never even seen that. Never seen that before. It was at 117.5 when I went to the gym. Plugged it into action. After the gym, I opened it up, 115.5, and the full game total hasn't moved a speck.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make any sense. But what's your opinion on the total? Obviously, Pacers overs were dominant last year, especially in the beginning of the season. I don't know how many in a row. Do you remember? It was like 20 in a row or something that they went over in the beginning of last season.
Yeah, I think it was them. It was them or the Hawks.
It was the Pacers for sure. They went over. Someone can drop it in chat, but they went over.
No, it definitely was. I remember the Pacers and Hawks at the highest total of all time.
Yeah, and you could have completed the ladder challenge like 2 times over by just taking Indiana overs. No one's playing defense in this game. Well, that's kind of what's interesting because Detroit with a new coach and a lot of new pieces.
Where's he from?
From the Cavs, who we know play a defensive half-court style of basketball.
Very slow.
Pretty much the opposite of what Indiana plays.
Bang.
Exactly. Detroit's coach, that's what no one's really talking about, is how – I mean, if I'm the new coach of the Detroit Pistons, I'm coming from the Cavs and have – what do you think I'm focusing on against the Indiana Pacers in this matchup? It's going to be defense. It's going to be slowing them down, making them play a different style of ball that they're used to. I love the first half under. And we're both high on the Pacers regressing in terms of last season. I think we all know what kind of Mickey Mouse run that was in the playoffs. And looking at their team, I'm not impressed. And looking at Detroit, you could say they got a little bit better. But I'm more so in on the coaching than anything. And that's what I'm banking on in the first half. Not to mention, a little cute little nugget, Royal. Guess what trend was Indiana's, I guess, highest percentage towards the under last season? You want to guess?
What was the first part?
What trend or what situation did Indiana go under in game totals in the most?
Something being definitely on the road for sure. Is there night and day at home?
Favorites on the road. They were 4-11 to the under last season. So we know anything about the Pacers. This is the one spot. What's up, fat girls? How you doing? How you doing, bro? We were just talking about the best game of the night, Indiana-Detroit.
My God, dude. All I'm going to say is just off the rip. Got off work, got a DM from Beeb saying to get on Whore. Scrolled through Twitter for like 45 seconds. I have 2 takeaways. If the Sixers game doesn't go under, everyone's homeless. If Jalen Green doesn't score 20, everyone's
Jalen Green.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah, that's true, Fat Girls. You're spot on with that. Is Fat Girls locked? I think he might be.
Dude, I'm about to spray, dude.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited. Do you have anything particular in this game? What's your thoughts on the total? Did you hear the part where I talked about the first half moving 2 points lower and the full game total not moving a speck? You hear that?
No, honestly, I didn't.
It was 117.5 this morning. I'm talking about the first half total in this game. Now it's 115.5. And yet the full game total hasn't moved one way either way.
Yeah,
That's
weird.
interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of think I'm gonna get there. I'll probably just tell you on the first half under. I was gonna take the under probably, but I don't know why. The Pistons plus the points is just like giving me fake sharp vibes. I don't know why.
You said
For
Pistons?
whatever reason. Yeah.
I know we were originally talking about fading Indiana somehow. I think we agreed originally. It was like, if you want to back Detroit, probably team total over. But then again, I'm getting kind of sketched out about that. And then MJ brought up Pistons or Pacers team total under, and now he's going with the first half under, which I kind of like.
Yeah,
I think
do
that's
like
probably
that
the
too.
best way because I agree.
I
I don't want to. I could see the Pistons keeping it close all game and then just fucking selling. Like they're still bad at the end of the day. They're still bad.
I was also listening on my way home. I think you have a good point. I think the spot to fade Indiana, even if it might be obvious,
Knicks.
is when they go into the Garden on Friday.
100%,
Yeah,
bro.
honestly, I think I'm just gonna wait for that.
I think
agree.
people are assuming that Detroit is going to come out the gates like blazing. Like, don't get me
Right.
wrong. If this total is going to go over, it's not just because of Indiana. It's going to be Detroit's going to have to score the basketball too. And the way this coach plays basketball in the past with his previous teams, I just don't see this being such like a back and forth type of transition, full of fireworks type of first half. Maybe it goes over full game once they start getting into it, but man, I don't see either of these teams coming out hot. I mean, do you think Indiana's fired up to play Detroit? Like, let's be real.
No, they're thinking about Friday, bro.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
So,
Also, this is a good nugget. I would like to see how does he match up versus Tobias? Because you got to assume that's.
I mean, being a Sixers
He's a good
fan, dude,
defender, though. He's a good
dude,
defender. He is.
he's been a good defender. I wouldn't say anymore. Not even close. The dude sucks. He was a liability. How do you watch that playoffs with the Sixers last? Like, he was one of the key reasons we lost that Knicks series.
Oh, 100%. Because
Like, he was a liability on defense.
Put it this way, he has a good He has the ability to be a good defender, and he's done it in the past.
He has
I'm thinking he
athletic
needed to
ability
change
for
a
sure.
pace. Yeah, I think he needed to change the scenery because when your whole fan base hates you, when you're you're a max player and you fucking suck, it's hard to play with confidence, I guess.
Yeah. Anything else on this game? Siakam could be a good look. That's honestly, matchup wise, that makes the most sense, Adam. I don't hate that at all.
I will say, I think I would be careful with Halliburton double-double I saw, or assist, just because, like Adam brought up, Siakam is very ball dominant himself. Nemhard got a lot of I don't even know what you want to call it, but he was more of a facilitator, and I mean, they like McConnell a lot too. Point being, that shit was a whale in the beginning of the season because none of that was a thing. Siakam wasn't here. McConnell barely played. Nemhard was just an off-ball shooter. I would just tread lightly is my point. And like I said, like we're both saying, I think Detroit's going to be a little better defensively. They have a much better roster compared to last year. It's still ass, but it's a little better.
Yep. Agreed.
I like that, Adam. He's a dog.
Nothing for me from this game. I'm just going to tell you on the under probably.
Come on.
4-4 last night with Hachimura and McBride. Thank you. Let's go. I saw someone. Congrats on the sweep. Appreciate you. We're on to the next day, though. Come on. We got to have a good day today, too. Keep it rolling. And I was saying, too, to Royal, I was like, I don't know if you feel this way, Factos, but starting a season, whatever sport, hot, it gives you a better perspective on the following games, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
For sure. You're gaining confidence, too.
Right.
Yeah.
I've seen Dern a lot. Here's the thing with Dern and this over. I think people are jumping or assuming that last season is going to be a replica of this season, right? I just don't think we should jump to these trends that were so apparent last year and just apply them to this year. So I'm not going to say Duran isn't going to get his boards, but he was a cash cow last year, man. And everyone remembers that. Same thing with Indiana overs. So I just think, like Royal said, you have to tread a little carefully when we're just assuming based off trends of last season. I don't know if y'all agree, but
I think in certain situations it depends. For example, I think you're right there because Pistons added a lot for them. New coach, new culture, new scheme. I think in the next game we'll see. I think that applies a little more. I think I'm saying if there's a team like the Knicks and Celtics, right? You knew exactly what to expect for the most part. Yes, the Knicks had a lot of new players, but they were all 3-and-D off-ball players, right? Like it's kind of easy to figure out. Celtics, right. Same exact team, same exact scheme. You know exactly what they're doing. So I think
Yep.
that's kind of the difference. But otherwise, yes, I would agree.
Yep. So that's my favorite play. First half under in this one. Cleveland, Toronto.
Yep.
So at first glance, I thought this was a lot of points with them getting 5. Obviously, with the injuries to Toronto, it's completely steered me off. I think it's kind of a crapshoot to take either side in this game with all the injury news going on. I would have to leave Cleveland laying this big of a number in Toronto. I don't think they're by any means a trendy team. I think they underachieved last year. They could be a sleepy team in the East this year. I would have to lean Cleveland in this spot. I don't think Toronto is going to figure it out until a few games in the season. I was talking about with someone about their win total. I think if you want to back the Raptors on their win total, you wait. I think they got to have a lot to figure out in terms of their number 1, 2 guys. Like they got to step into roles with a lot of new pieces and young guys. So another team I kind of want to sit on the sidelines for. I don't expect them to start hot by any means against a Cleveland team has a lot of experience playing together. So
Yep.
I would have to lean Cleveland in this spot. It's hard for me to see Toronto scoring. Toronto TT under might be a decent look.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't hate it. The one thing, I mean, you guys know one of my favorite props in this game. Reason being, I mean, I think it's one of the highest or higher totals on the board, if you will. And if you think back to last year, like Cleveland was probably a pretty heavy under team if I had to guess. 1, they're good defensively. 2, they play slow as fuck. I mean, I think this is pretty telling. I think their new coach has said it multiple times. They want to play faster and go smaller, have smaller lineups. And Toronto, I mean, they're not anything special offensively, especially with the injuries. So to me, I think we see points in this one. I mean, especially on the Cleveland side for sure. But I mean, it's got a higher total than Atlanta and Brooklyn, Philly, Milwaukee.
That's true.
I mean, Miami, Orlando, obviously, but it's the same as Phoenix and Clippers too. I mean, you got Booker, Durant, Beal, all these guys. So it's higher than Golden State, Portland. So
it could be just as easy as Cavs TT is maybe the way to play it.
Maybe. I mean, then again, I mean, it could just be a Cleveland beatdown. So you could be right there, but.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'll get into mine and pass it to Fat Girls. I love Evan Mobley here. 15.5 points, 16.5. I like both. Keep it short. Pretty much just a size advantage here. Raptors have no size. And this is kind of what I was tying to earlier, right? It's the same coach for Toronto. All they really did was they drafted Walter and they signed Mitchell. That was pretty much it. It's the same bigs. It's Pirtle. It's Boucher, Fernando. All these guys are under 7 foot and I think under 6'10"-ish. Mobley's 7 foot and he's gotten better every year. He was very raw when he was drafted. He kind of has a bag this year. He can score on his own. He can dribble a little bit. His 3-point increases every single year. And when Allen's off the floor, I think it's usually with Garland. I don't know if you remember, Fat Girls, but obviously that can change. But point being, he gets a lot of opportunities, and they don't really have that much bench scores. It's more of defenders, in my opinion. I think Mobley's in for a huge year. He's very high on the most improved, which I know I was kind of shitting on, but it kind of makes sense now that his game is evolving offensively. Obviously, we know how good he is defensively, but if you watch him in the preseason, there's a lot of one-on-one scoring. He's shooting a lot more, and he's obviously an animal on the offensive glass. So I just think he's too big in this matchup, and I can see him averaging around 20 this year, which is tough with all their talent, but I think he's going to be massive.
Yeah, I love the matchup for sure. Fat Girls, do you have any thoughts on this?
I'm going to echo a little bit of what Royal said because we talked a little bit about this game. I actually think the total's kind of high when you go to compare it to the other things. Like, if you remember what I sent in the group chat this morning, like, when's the last time you've seen a Hawks total under 230?
Yeah.
That felt really low to me. And honestly, it's not because I think Toronto hangs in this game. I think it's because Cleveland kind of just runs them out the gym. And it goes into what Royal says. I like Garland's assists. I took it at 7.5. I sprinkled his double-double. I just think whether it's Jared Allen, I know Mitchell's supposed to play more off ball this year. I think Mitchell's going to – or not Mitchell. I think Garland's going to push the tempo. And it goes into what Royal said about Mobley. So I just took his assists. I kind of think the Cavs just run him out the gym.
Yeah, I'm with you exactly.
One thing to add on, too, I mean, in my opinion, I think Cleveland had a little bit of a letdown year last year, in my opinion. I mean, that team is loaded with talent, so I think they got a lot to prove. And that's something I looked back early on the season. And I think they do take that next step. I think a new coach is what they needed and just kind of like a scheme change. So, yeah, I want to back someone on that team for sure.
I agree. Watch out for Cleveland, man. I touched on it earlier, but this is a team in the East with a lot of experience playing with each other. They've got multiple seasons under the belt by now.
Dog, I feel violated a little bit.
You got to get it long enough so you can curl the edges.
I can easily do that, but I will not be doing that.
You can easily do that?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, you should. You
can
got
definitely
it.
do that, bro.
You got it.
100%.
You got it, dude. You got it.
Dude, the last couple of streams, there's been like 4 comments about fucking Royal Stash. Dude,
Yeah.
It's just the trend at this point.
Same with Book It, Chad. Whenever I go on there.
It's like an
yesterday was because of MJ. He gets in there, yells "stash party," so that got the ball rolling. But yeah.
My bad, bro. My bad. Yeah.
I don't care. I think it's
mustache is a 10% increase of views automatically, and plus 10 attributes to everybody on stream as well.
It was just needed. I needed it.
Okay, we can move on from this one. And guys, chat.
Curled stash or we riot?
How many subs for a curled stash roll? That's the real question.
5,000.
5,000. That's fair. That's a good number.
Buddy, you got to be smarter than that, ZD bets. I mean, come on. You knew that was coming if you're typing in fat girls on Twitter. You got to be better than that, brother.
Wow. Okay. Chat, I want you guys to be giving us your perspective as well, and especially if you guys have plays yourself or disagree with anything we're saying. Love to hear some counter arguments. Brooklyn, Atlanta, Fat Girls, you were just talking about how you saw this total being under 230. That's not like the Hawks if we're looking at last year's sample size. This is a team I'm extremely high on in Atlanta. I think it's weird that the spread moved. I don't know why it would move. I can't understand why it would move. I know there's more tickets and money on Atlanta. There just has to be. This might be just
one thing I wanted to bring that up to you too,
yeah.
Not to cut you off, is it actually opened at 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
It's back up to 7-ish now, which I feel more comfortable at, but I'm with you there. Or actually, sorry, I'm seeing it opened up. It's some have 6.5, some have 7.5. So I think it was kind of all over the place. But I think what's duping us is we saw it at 8 first.
Yes.
And obviously that's a little alarming, but I feel better at 7.5 opener. But yeah, I'll get into mine. Sorry, I just wanted to point that out. I didn't know if you looked at that.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Go into yours.
Well, I was just gonna say, I mean, I'm rocking with it. I got 6.5. I tweeted out 7.5 like a fucking idiot. But if you guys follow me on Action, what are we, experts or verified? I can't remember. But like, you can't delete bets. So like I'm saying, I'm not. Yeah, I wasn't bullshitting on Twitter. Yeah, whatever it is. But yeah, I mean, I just think it's a pretty big year for Atlanta to get back into the playoff hunt. I love that Trae Young is the focal point of this offense. I love their additions. Obviously, the number 1 pick. He's a 3-and-D wing. Love Hunter. I just love the makeup of this team. Mm-hmm. One thing I hate is I'm not a Capello guy. I think Okongwu's solid, but he's still undersized. I wish they had a center like Mitchell Robinson or Steven Adams, just these giant centers. They need that badly. But yeah, I just think this is a statement win for Atlanta. Like I said, you get rid of DeJounte. It's a new team. It's a new season. I think they ball out here. But one thing that scares me is Brooklyn fucking sucks, and everybody knows that.
Exactly.
They know they want Cooper. Was it Cooper Flag? I'm blanking out. Mm-hmm. They want him, obviously. Everyone wants him. But yep. I don't know. I don't really see how they compete. I think the Hawks are going to look really good with vintage Trae Young like they did with the Eastern Conference Final, because that team is very similar.
Yep. And you know I'm super high on Jalen Johnson. That's what I ended up playing was his PRA. Yep. I think his odds are they just jump off the page to me. Like a guy that I'm already high on, his PRA is sitting at 29.5, 30.5 for a guy who averaged like 16, 7, and 3 last year. I mean, that's the books expecting him to take a major jump right out the gate. He just got an extension from Atlanta. So I like Jalen Johnson a lot. I mean, I've been talking about it all preseason, and I'm going to back him in the first game. I think he comes out firing. And if we're talking about a matchup, dude, I mean, nothing against Dorian Finney-Smith, but that guy is fucking a fossil by now. I don't see Jalen Johnson having any trouble scoring on a guy like that. So I like Jalen Johnson double-double. I saw someone write that. But PRA is safe for me, man. I think he scores 25, honestly, and gets a good chunk of rebounds. So,
Bad Girls, I know you got something in this game.
I mean, I'm just gonna let it loose. I took the Hawks 7.5 last night. I'm a dumbass. I should have waited like I did for the Sixers. Shocker, the Sixers are up to 4.5, so I just took them. But I don't really think I'm not surprised that it moved backwards. Like this was the worst historical team ATS. Like what are they supposed to do? Put it at 8.5? Like
And who's
I don't really
laying
think it's all
8,
that weird.
man? I
Nobody's laying
agree.
that.
I agree.
So,
I think there's more bets and money on Brooklyn than it looks like. Everyone thinks the Hawks fucking suck, and they very well could. But to me, I like the outlook of them, and I think 8's a little too fat for your average
sure.
better or everyday better, whatever you want to call them.
For sure.
I just don't think that's comfortable for many people.
I wish, and honestly, I wish the line stayed at 8, but that's the only thing keeping me off. And you could be right. I mean, it could just be kind of a smokescreen. I don't think there's more bets coming in on Brooklyn by any means. But if you're going to get some sharp bettors on Brooklyn, you're going to move the line from 8 to the 6.5 pre-tip. So
I did.
if we just use
ahead.
use straight basketball brain, what the total tells me is that I don't think Brooklyn scores like 40 at half. They might just get strapped somehow, some way. And if not, I'm just going to be slandering Quinn Snyder from day one, bro. Fuck that guy. But it's the Hawks.
Yeah, I agree.
I did want to say this isn't a bad look at all. We're obviously gassing up the Hawks, but they're still not great defensively. You know, like they're still not going to be elite. You remember this guy at Kansas, right?
Yeah.
That boy was a demon. The only reason he didn't get drafted high is because he was old as shit for college.
Right, he was like 23 or 24,
yeah,
right?
So I don't hate that at all. I do like this as well, just because, again, they do let up a lot of threes, and you were saying it, MJ, you think he gets traded.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that guy shoots like 40-something%. I mean,
I thought the
Spurs talk about a smooth jumper.
There's
that
been
guy
talk,
is a fucking smooth jumper.
There's been talking about Cam Johnson going to the Spurs. That's what I've heard. Like,
yeah, I love that.
A lot of the NBA trade rumors. That's where they have him going. So it's just a broken team right now in Brooklyn, to be honest.
Rolo is on this. I do kind of like the read. Who is it? Oh, Dyson Daniels.
Yep.
Their best on-ball defender. His read is he's going to be on Cam Thomas, Trae Young on Schroeder. Pretty self-explanatory from there.
Yep.
Don't hate that at all.
Rolo betting on this. Okay. Okay, DC.
Yeah, I'm sticking with the Hawks, man. I'm trying not to overthink. I ran into that problem in NBA a lot last year and early in NFL. So
I guess I'm just not going to put all my eggs into the ATL basket. I'm already on the win total. I'm already on Jalen Johnson. I'm not going to lay the points to them as well in a spot versus Brooklyn. But I totally see why you are. I definitely lean that way. All right, let's move on. Fat Girls, you saw there's 4.5 places now.
I just grabbed 4.5, like right now. I'm punching in all my shit right now.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that line move at all. It makes sense. I'm sure Milwaukee's getting absolutely hammered with Embiid and PG being out. But we talked about it preseason, Royal. I mean, I think this bench for Philly is the best. I mean, I know this is the best bench and roster that Embiid has played with in Philadelphia. So, like, him being out and PG being out, usually I'd be like, fuck, man, who's going to get the buckets? But having Andre Drummond, he's a starting center. He's going to play starting minutes. He's fully capable of it. And then having guys like Caleb Martin, having guys like Kelly Oubre, Jared McCain is going to get some run today. I just see this team being a lot better than people realize without PG and Embiid, especially with Maxey. I think taking another leap from last year, which is crazy to say, but that's a guy I see averaging 27, 28 this year. Screams a weird Eric Gordon game.
No, I agree. Whoever said that,
him as well, yeah.
That guy sold me so many fucking times. I can't do it. Hold on, I think Zion is out. That sucks, but yeah, no. I wanted to say, dude, I might dabble with McCain. I don't know his role. I'm assuming he's gonna play a little bit, but if you remember the Bucks last year, I mean, they can't defend the fucking 3-point line for the life of them. I think they gave up the most attempts, most catch and shoot attempts, whatever you want to call it. That's exactly what they brought McCain to do.
Yeah, and I love McCain. I think he's a good long shot for Rookie of the Year. The only reason why is because just looking at it from like a mental standpoint, that was a guy who stepped up and hit every big shot at Duke, has all this off the court shit that he has to deal with in terms of people hating on him and social media, yet that doesn't affect his mental state. It doesn't affect his play. It's a guy that's literally seems like he's born for the moment and can hit the big shots. That's a guy who can transition into the NBA pretty seamlessly, in my opinion. All you need is confidence for these rookies, especially when they're just pure shooters like McCain. I could see it. I actually didn't see his points listed when I was looking, Royal.
I know. I'm trying to find it right now. I don't see anything.
Yeah.
Can I ask
He's
you
going
a
to splash
question
like
about the Bucks?
yeah.
What did they do in the offseason to make you think they're going to be better against guards this year?
Nothing.
Nothing. The only thing
Literally nothing.
I think
Nothing.
Lillard and Giannis is going to mesh a little bit better. I'm on their full for the season, their win total, Milwaukee.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying for this specific matchup, like all the bad news, it just screams like who's going to
Maxey
guard
legacies.
Maxey?
Yeah.
Maxey legacies. It's the obvious answer, but
Hey, sometimes it
cover.
pays. Look at I mean, I guess it wasn't obvious, but look at fucking Tatum.
Yeah. I saw only
There's
thing
no
is
lines,
who the
bro.
fuck guards Giannis. I mean, I'm not gonna say Andre Drummond's gonna lock down Giannis, but don't undersell Andre Drummond, man. He's a solid center. He would start a lot of places. He's easily the best backup center in the NBA right now.
You also have to think, like, is there anyone really in the league that can guard Giannis? Like,
Other than maybe Embiid.
yeah, like Wemby.
I
maybe?
also would.
He's
just
gonna get his
trust
regardless.
Nick Nurse.
I agree.
Trust Nick Nurse, but speaking of Giannis, there's a Giannis and Maxey boost on DraftKings, so one of
Saw
them's
that.
not doing shit. It's probably Giannis somehow, some way. I had to put it
Saw
out
that.
there. That's who's guarding Giannis. The books.
Dude, I agree. Just to address Diddy's comment, I 100% agree. I mean, Malik Beasley had a great role last year. He just kind of fucking stinks. Gary Trent's a much better shooter. Yeah, I mean, I agree, Mitty, but I didn't want to glaze, but I wouldn't say guard him. I think he can limit him more than other people. But
I see a lot of value in getting Philly +4 at home with their two main pieces out, and it's really as simple as that for me. I think this team is a lot better than people realize without those two pieces, and I'll take that value. Brooke Curry dropping 50.
yeah, I mean, I like his read a lot. I mean, you mentioned Drummond's gonna get a lot of burn. Is he guarding Brooke at the fucking perimeter? Like, no chance.
Yeah.
And Brooke Lopez is literally a 3-point center these days. I don't think he plays down low at all because Giannis is there. So,
Yeah, when they're on the floor together for sure.
right. Which kind of
Anyone
plays
like
in the
Bobby
boardness.
Portis?
Like, yeah. Don't hate that.
He's always a solid, like, cheeky look, it feels like.
Also a good point. You know the Bucks will probably be up like 12 or 15 at one point, probably early.
Yep.
And then that's the Doc Rivers effect.
Mm-hmm. Batgirls, anything else before we move on?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got nothing in this one. I can't.
Another
That's
interesting
insane,
game here.
DC.
Royal, go into it. You're on the Miami
Yeah.
Miami spread, so go ahead. I have a play in this game as well.
Again, I'm trying not to overthink. I think the Heat are a much better team. They're much better coached. Spoelstra, in my opinion, is the best coach in the league. And you think of the Heat last year, right? I mean, pretty bad season for the Heat, but it was a season full of injuries. Now you get Rozier in a full off season and a lot more comfortable in the system. I think he's going to be the main ball handler, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pulling up their just the lineups. And honestly, the Magic, everyone loves the Magic. They're kind of their new shiny toy, right? They're a young, fun team. Everyone loves Banchero. I like Banchero. I think he's a star. But to me, we said it in our space and the stream earlier. It's like they don't have a fucking point guard. It's like they want Paolo to play like a LeBron, Giannis, like small forward or point forward, like ball handler role. And I don't know how well he's going to do that, especially in this matchup. I think Miami has the size to compete with Orlando because that's kind of their advantage is their team's fucking massive. I don't know if they'll have the ball movement, and they have great individual defenders. I'm pretty sure Banchero struggles big time versus the Heat. They got Highsmith, who's like one of the best ISO defenders. Jovic is just big. Khalil Ware, obviously, I'm excited to see him. Kevin Love
Super
is still
excited.
good. Jimmy Butler is obviously a great defender, but I just genuinely think this team's better. I think Miami had a pretty bad season again because of the injuries. I mean, Jimmy was out forever. Hero was out forever. As I mentioned, I love their bench. Added Alec Burks. Say what you want, but he's a great bench piece. They got Jaquez off the bench. Duncan Robinson. Again, I like Kevin Love. I know it sounds crazy, but he's been very good for this team.
Yep.
You got Ware, which the Heat have not had a backup center in years, which is massive.
Can't wait to see how they utilize him, bro.
Yeah, and like I said, Tyler Hero, I think, played point guard most of the year last year.
Coming off
I
he's
think,
coming off
yeah.
a shit year too.
That's what I'm saying. And now you get Rozier full off season, much more comfortable, and I think they're the better team. I think they're going to put on a show at home tonight. And look at this total, man. I mean, this is going to be a slugfest.
Yep. And that's why I took Orlando's team total under, honestly, under 103.5. I just think this is a terrible spot for Orlando to open up. If you remember last year, what was Orlando awesome in? What spots were they awesome in? It was at home.
Home, yeah.
They're one of the best
Oh, that's
teams.
a great point.
They're one of the best home teams last year. And looking at this, man, looking at the total, that's what jumps out the page to me too. I think Miami's roster is fully equipped to defend a team that has no true point guard presence. Way better team, way better coached.
Is that wrong to say? Maybe way better team was a stretch, but I think they're the better team. And yeah, I think Spoelstra's the best coach in the league by a mile.
Yeah, I don't think that's crazy to say. I mean, Spoelstra's been able to get this untapped potential from a lot of players. We've seen it throughout his whole career coaching. So I wouldn't knock him in any way. Everyone remembers that Heat run that they had, 2 years ago?
Yeah,
when they beat the Knicks? Yeah, and they went to the finals. I don't think anyone expected that team to be anything like they were that season. I think it was a big reason was because of Spoelstra. So I like the defense for Miami. I'm gonna fade Orlando on their team total. That's how I'm gonna rock it.
Oh boy.
Plus betting Queens on the Heat too. But I mean, here's the thing: if Orlando's gonna win this game, it's going to be defensive, man. I don't see this being a shootout, and that makes me like their TT under even more. I lean the Heat, I lean the under, so it's just
betting Queen is also on the Bucks and the under, so 1 and 2 card, Chad.
Anything else in this?
Hey, Fagos, you got anything? Or any lean, any read?
Nah, dude, I'm standing on business of what I said in the preseason about Orlando. I took the Heat. This is the matchup they just get suffocated in. It's just that simple. Total reflects that. Miami wins by double digits.
I'm thinking, man. I agree, to be honest. It's a tough game. Like, the Magic could easily turn into this young and upcoming team, but I mean, I'm not really seeing. I think they really needed a point guard. Orlando's the better team. They play through Franz and Paulo. Their offense doesn't need a point guard, and KCP addition will be way underlooked. Dude, I love KCP. He's a championship player. He's probably arguably the best role player in the league. Great 3-and-D player, but if you're not going to have ball movement versus Heat team, that's exactly what kills them because they play a zone ton. You need ball movement, and you need shooters, which, again, they lack. They got KCP and Jalen Suggs. I agree, but if Suggs is the main ball handler, I mean, how many spot-up chances is he going to get?
Yeah, I do like Anthony Black a lot. I'm glad you mentioned him. Guy from Arkansas. He's 6'7", huge wingspan. He's going to be a great defender. Great guard defender is what he kind of. That's what I think his skill set really resembles. A guy can probably guard 1 through 3 with his athletic ability and size. So definitely a guy I think has some potential, but it's just too much inexperience against a team with a shit ton of experience and better coaching. I would have to lean the Heat here. Anthony Black is so overrated. He hasn't shown me enough, that's for sure. I thought he was going to be a lot better in his rookie season, but he didn't get too much burn at the same time. So I don't think we can jump to any conclusions with him just yet.
He seems like a development player. Sorry, go ahead.
I did forget to say also, because I did this in the morning, I did take Paulo under points.
Wow.
Well, dude, wasn't it didn't he struggle against them big time last year?
It's been a system back towards last year with number one
spot.
option against the Heat, but I'm not taking it because of that reason. I'm just taking it because my opinion on Orlando this year and when they play a good defensive team. So I'm just rolling with it.
Yeah. That's fair, dude. That's fair. All right, let's move on.
Oh, fuck this game, dude. Skip. Actually, let Royal put his prop on Skip.
Here comes Chewy.
I mean, listen, I'll be honest. I leaned the Bulls before everything. I think they're going to be a lot better than people think. Not saying finals or anything, but I think they're going to be competing in the play-in, last seed the playoffs, that type of thing. Chewyism of the day. Bulls are 31-27 all-time in season openers. Okay.
Dude, that's why I started geeking, dude. Years now. What the fuck?
Yeah, come on, Fat Girls. We need more effort out of you. But yeah, I mean, with Zion out, I mean, we know how the NBA goes. Come on, we're not taking the Bulls anymore. But I do like Vucevic. Well, I like the spot for Vucevic. Unfortunately, he happens to be the biggest coin stealer on the app, but I still have to play it. Listen, the Pelicans, I love their team, but they are a center away, and their head coach is not very good either. Listen, I like Misi. I liked him at Baylor, but what is he, 21? I mean, he's raw as fuck. He's a hack and a half. He played 3 preseason games. 2 out of those 3 games, he had 5,000 in like 20 minutes or even less. And if you know Vooch, there's one thing he's bigger than people, and he can shoot. And the Pelicans give up a lot of open threes. I know there's a different roster, but more of the same. They give up a lot of open threes, and Vooch can shoot that thing.
Yep.
But aside from Misi, who I think Vooch is going to be too much. He's, 31, 32. Like, he knows how to beat these young guys. He knows the ins and outs. I think Misi struggles. I think he fouls him. The backup is Daniel Tice, who's very undersized. I think he's 6'8", 6'9", tops. And I always butcher his name. I think it's Jeremiah Robinson Earl. Used to be on the Thunder. Also 6'8". So they have no size. I like this new look Bulls, as I mentioned. You get DeRozan out there, who was not very good at spacing, took the entire shot clock. You get him out. You bring in someone like Giddey. We're going to keep it on the court with Giddey, but he does like to pass a lot, specifically to big men. We all know he's a great facilitator, and Kobe White is very good facilitator as well. So I'm saying there's going to be a lot more ball movement. It's going to be a lot more team basketball. And, yeah, with DeRozan gone, I think this team's going to be better. I really do. Yeah. And Lonzo, too. Great passer. However many minutes he plays.
And that's, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, if Zion was playing this game, it would have been Chicago +7, no doubter for me.
7.5.
You hit every point that I wanted to touch on, honestly.
No, I'm saying, I like their rookie too. I mean, that guy's a fucking bucket getter, man.
Yo, thank you for the sub, T-Bone. Appreciate you, bro. Sub to Book It with you. Wow. You better thank him. No more ads for you for about 30 days.
When's the last time you guys have seen Levine's points listed under 20?
Yeah, I thought that was so weird, man.
Wait,
you think it's Herb Jones?
It's under 20, and then on top of that, I get off work this morning because I was looking for DeJounte 6 in the morning, and it wasn't up because of Zion. I just went to go to FanDuel, and him and Kobe White are boosted to get 15+. So
they have the two toughest matches by far.
Right, you know who Kobe White's going to be lined up with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just they're so cooked in so many different ways.
And that's kind of why I honestly wanted to fade DeJounte Murray's PRA a little bit with having him be on Kobe White duty all night. I know it's gonna be gross, but I want to kind of get there. We're gonna get a steamed up number with Zion being out. Fair. I haven't got there yet, but I really want. It was one of those ones that didn't make the card, but I'm like really leaning towards. It's a new and let's be real. Let's look at that game versus the Knicks. Yes, Macau finally figured it out, but we're seeing these slow starts from these new lineups.
Towns was okay.
Towns was good. Towns was very good. But I think that was
Al Horford.
That was more matchup based. I was about to say. If Kristaps was there, I think that would have been a little different. But you're totally right. I want to fade DeJounte Murray somehow, dude. I really do.
Do you guys think this under's too obvious?
Yes, for sure.
Too obvious. I think it's one of the higher games for what? I mean, everyone thinks the Bulls are gonna be in the Cooper flag race.
Yeah. Fair.
I think they can score, man. I think you're gonna see a lot of team basketball. They have a lineup that meshes well. You have a facilitator in Giddey who can penetrate the paint. Again, he gets penetration and dumps it off.
And
I'm digging my own hole here, but you guys know what I mean. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. I'm digging my own hole here. I'm trying to explain it in basketball terms. He drives well. There we go. He drives well. Kobe White can score. He's a bucket. He passes. Yeah. Good shoot. I'm gonna stop digging my hole any bigger. So,
can you have a better choice of words? Like,
bro,
Jesus
I tried, man.
Christ,
I didn't know what else to say. He drives well.
I'm just so excited for NBA to be back, dude. I gotta respect it, but fuck, man, we can't keep backing you up like this.
Yeah, bro.
No, this is where the line was drawn. That was a bad word. It's such a basketball term, though. Like, that's the worst part about it.
Josh Diddler. Sucks in the
honestly,
D. Well, okay, bro.
I didn't say that. I did not say that. Did I say that? I did not say that. I did not say that.
I hope not.
I did say this. This was. I need a minute, bro. Yeah, I need a minute, man. We need to get off this
Bro,
fucking
he
game.
just fucking
Vucevic over 17.5, and that's it.
Chad.
Just fucking spit everywhere.
drop some subs. MJ needs to get a new setup
Hey.
after this shit, dude.
I just fucking
That
spit
fucking
everywhere. Dude.
monitor's toast.
Wait, what's this auto mod?
Jesus Christ, dude.
That's insane.
All right, we can move on from this piss fest.
Yeah, facts, DC. Luckily I didn't get that far, but yeah, Vucevic 17.5. You know why? Not saying it again.
I want to like take
Bulls
Jalen Green to get
finals.
ejected.
This is getting ridiculous. We lean the Heat, AP. We lean the Heat. I'm on Magic TT under. Okay, chat, relax. I need to stop looking at chat because we're getting a little unhinged here. Hornets, Houston. So this is a team in Houston. I think, Royal, you're on their team total, right?
I'm on their win total, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Their win total. So, I mean, this is kind of hard to typically read. I mean, Charlotte games on the spread are just like live and die by. I mean, Charlotte will cover 1 every 4 games, it seems like. So who fucking knows how to read a Charlotte Hornets game? I will say that I see a lot of potential in Houston as a team. I don't know if laying the points is square, but I would have to lean Houston in this spot. But it's probably going to be a Rockets win by 7 if we know anything about the NBA.
That is true. All seriousness, I just don't see how Charlotte matches up with them.
I don't either. I mean,
really
the rosters are night and day. It's not even.
And Houston's physical too, and I mean their bench they got some dogs in the bench. Like if it gets out of hand, I don't see them backdooring either. I mean, you got Whitmore off the bench. He was a demon last year with the injuries. I think Reed Shepard's going to ball out. I know Thompson's out. I think is it the other one? Are they both out? He might be out though. Amon Thompson, but they have a very deep bench. And like I said, I love that Steven Adams is on this team. I think he's in.
Yeah, you've been talking about him.
I just think it's huge, man. For a center like Sengun that's not great defensively, he's a tad bit undersized. He's great offensively, don't get me wrong, great player, but you need that enforcer. Like you were saying with Embiid, man, and Drummond. As soon as Embiid comes off the court, Paul Reed comes in, defenses attack him. It's the same thing with Jock Landale.
Says Reed and Amon are both in. Steven Adams is day-to-day. It's the only
I mean, he's
injury.
coming off, what, ACL or something, so.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Nick Richards is starting. That guy's a hack. I don't even know who the backup is. He's normally the backup. So I don't know. This game's tough because it's Houston or nothing. A lot of Jalen Green out there. I know you were talking about Van Vliet. I don't know.
The thing I was looking at was Van Vliet assists. That's what I was looking at the most. I thought that line was pretty high. I don't think anyone is running to take Van Vliet over 7.5 assists opening night. I think he's going to have plenty of opportunities with all these shooters around him now. I mean, who the hell's guarding Sengun? I mean, I feel like this is a Sengun game. If anybody, I've seen a lot of Jalen Green. I don't hate it, but I feel like there's just so many mouths to feed on that team. And he's obviously the sexiest option, which is crazy because I think Sengun is the better player. But that's my thought. I think if you want to rock with a Houston player, you'd take Sengun, or Van Vliet assists. It's kind of goes hand in hand with each other. Sexiest option is crazy. I mean, it is though. Jalen Green's that cool, swaggy player that people like to back. And not saying he's not gonna. I mean, it's a number 2 pick. He has a shit ton of potential, but we haven't seen him really hit that ceiling.
Started to last year, but that was mostly the injuries.
And it could be this year where he really breaks out, but we'll see. I just think
probably the Jabari Smith game, man. It's probably Jabari Smith, bro.
Dude, you've been saying that so much.
It's just what he does, man. Like this guy sells in the best matchups, and he goes off in the worst matchups, and everyone thinks he sucks because he hasn't shown anything either, really. So that's probably who goes off, to be honest. But
I'll be completely honest with you. This is the game you look at the end of the night when you want to recap the slate, and the score was 132 to 128, and Jalen Green got ejected at halftime. Just punched someone in the face. Like it's just one of those games.
Yep. Yeah, so many guys
and overpaid.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Sengun and Green. Yeah. It's funny about Sengun's contract, which is interesting. So Green and Sengun, I was actually listening to a podcast at the gym today. Their contracts, the thing that's different about them, Sengun is the first
rookie ones, right?
No, he's getting a player option, which is the first one since I think they were saying like Trae Young and Luka's contract that he's getting this amount of money with a player option, and Jalen Green isn't getting that option. So basically, what that contract is saying and what Sengun argued for was, if I have this breakout there this season, I want to go get a max and go to a different team. That's essentially what Sengun is setting up for. So I think Sengun has an insane season. He got paid, but he's also playing for that max next season when he can player option. So that's a key thing to note about Sengun.
Yeah, and that's why I think the Adams signing is so important, because he doesn't have to focus on defense so much, because they have that guy. If it gets out of hand, or if there's a giant center like somebody like Embiid, like you'll probably see more of Adams, something like that.
The player option is after the last year. I don't think so though, Caleb. I was listening today, and they were talking about if he has some crazy year this year that he's going to get a max the following somewhere else. I could be wrong, but that's what they were saying. Adrian Wojnarowski and all those guys. So
no Reed Shepherd lines, huh?
It's kind of weird. I'm wondering why they're not hanging something.
Yeah, we'll probably have 15.
We can move on from this one though.
Yeah. Did Sengun get bumped? I'm seeing 21.5 now.
I opened it this morning. It was at 21 flat, I think.
Oh, okay.
Cowards? What do you mean? Are you on Charlotte?
No, he's Reed Shepherd Glazer.
Oh.
Dude, that's what. Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, he's gonna go off, especially if his lines aren't listed. It's probably gonna be a situation where they get up by such a fat margin that he's gonna be able to get some decent run in this spot.
I'm telling you, I've never been so confident Jalen Green's getting ejected. My first Twitter post is just gonna be this clip of Jalen Green getting ejected, and I'm never posting ever again.
That's fair.
Sengun player option is for 2029. Is it? So they were giving me false info, Free Flyer?
That's how it typically is, though.
I want to talk this Memphis game with you guys, though, and then I got to run after this because I have nothing else for the rest.
Okay.
Cool.
Take it away.
Yeah. You got something in here?
Yeah, I took the Grizzlies team total over.
Really?
You guys know how I feel about the Jazz. I think the Jazz are going to be one of the worst teams in the league, and matchup-wise, I can make a legitimate argument to take Job, Brandon Clark, Edey, Bane, any of their props tonight, because this is going to be like – they already were one of the worst interior defenses in the league last year, and it's just like now they add this dynamic of Edey, and they're going to be running up and down the court. I just think that the spread kind of scares me. Maybe that's why I couldn't get to it. So I just took their team total over. I don't really see how Utah – stops them on the defensive side. The game total probably goes over too, but I just think the Grizzlies score 120 with these.
I think this is easily the weirdest spread on the board, Fat Girls, and you have to nail it.
That's why I couldn't do it.
If you're gonna back Memphis, you take their TT over. I'm actually on the full game over, Fat Girls. We haven't talked about it, but I think the fact that if you look at some of these other totals, I mean, this is easily the grossest game to take an over out of that range. I mean, we can look at the other games, right? So 229. I mean, Charlotte, Houston, that's a little bit more enticing with Charlotte's defense being so bad and Houston looking good on offense. Where are the other ones that are close?
The Warriors one is weird too.
I agree.
Obviously, Indiana's
that's the one you're probably looking for.
Right. Where is it?
Last game.
Bottom. Last two games. Like both of those are weird in my opinion.
I thought there was another one with 227 as well.
Cavs.
Yep. Cavs Toronto over at 225. I think one must have dropped down because I remember there was three totals at 227.5. But regardless, I think when you look at this total compared to the other ones, easily the grossest, and plus 2.5 for a Utah team. I mean, look at the win totals for both these teams. Memphis is at 47.5. Utah is at 28.5. I mean, I don't think anyone expects Utah to be a good squad, but this line is like just jumping off the page to me. I don't know. I think Grizzlies minus 2.5 is a trap, to be honest. I don't know how Utah does it. On paper, it doesn't make any sense, but to me, this line in total says that Utah is going to be able to score the ball as well as Memphis. So I rocked with the over. I'm very, very nervous about the Grizzlies in this spot. I don't know, man.
Did you like this, Fat Girls?
I took EDPRA. I do like that.
Really?
Like, do you guys think? You guys think this spread is like on
It's hard with JJJ out.
No,
Like, how many points is he worth?
it's not. But I just think, dude, even like if you remember last year when Ja was playing, like they had some short ass spreads. So I tried to play devil's advocate with myself with it being opening day for this team. I'm just like, dude, I'm not gonna overthink it. I'll take Grizz team total. But I do like the Jazz. Like, how fired up is Memphis to come into Utah opening night? They probably could give a fuck less too. They could end 130 to 115.
And if you remember last year too, the Jazz actually covered, like, they were great ATS at home last year. I think they were covering spreads at like 60% at home, and they were bottom of the barrel, still covering.
So I want to touch on Edie in my play in this. I have Brandon Clark. He's the backup center or forward, whatever you want to call him. I have him 8.5 points. It's pretty much 9.5 everywhere. I still feel comfortable with that. Reason being, I'm a little nervous about Edie is because I only see him on the floor if Walker Kessler's on the floor. Reason being, Walker Kessler only plays like 20 minutes these days, if that. I don't know why. I mean, he was almost. Did he win Rookie of the Year? He was arguably Rookie of the Year his rookie year. He played a lot.
A dog, dude.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with that, but reason being, if he's out, they play John Collins or Taylor Hendricks at the 5, who are both 6'8" tops, I want to say, and they can spread the floor, they can shoot, they go 5 out, a lot of spacing. If you think Edie is playing in those minutes at his size, trying to guard a smaller 5 on the 3-point line, I mean, I just don't see that. And that's where I think Brandon Clark plays perfectly. He was a key rotation piece when they were, competing in the playoffs, when they were one of the top teams in the West. He was great. Played like 20-ish minutes, gives great minutes. He's great on the boards. And that's why I really like him today, because I see him playing closer to 25 minutes without Jaren Jackson here. And I don't see Aldama playing 30-plus minutes. So I think Brandon Clark gets a ton of burn. And Ja Morant loves this guy. I mean, how many lobs have we seen them hit? Some crazy lobs and posters too. So I really like him. I think he's going to have a pretty big game. I would just be skeptical about Edie. Again, for that reason, Utah likes to go small a lot. And, I mean, Edie's going to struggle defensively. Again, you can make the argument, right? If he's, 5-6 inches taller, he can dominate down low. But I don't know. I think it's curious to see. He's also a rookie making his debut. Like, what's his leash going to be? When, again, they have someone like Brandon Clark who is experienced and they trust a lot. So that's kind of my take on it. But obviously I could be wrong. But to me,
what line did you get it at?
I got 8.5 points, but I was saying, like, don't you think his size and, like, everyone thinks he's going to get 25 to 30 minutes? Like, 240 seems a little crazy.
Maybe
it's definitely worth the sprinkle, don't get me wrong.
Maybe in this specific matchup, you could be onto something, but also when I think about the Grizzlies' depth chart, it's Clark, Aldama, and Edie at the bigs. That's really much all they have. I don't know who else they're going to rotate. So I honestly think they both hit. Like I said, I think this game's going to be a high-scoring slugfest for no reason. And over 240.5 or whatever, honestly, sounds like fun.
I know they're starting Edie, but I'm saying I really only see him playing when Kessler's out there because, I mean, they're going to get so many 3-point attempts up. That's my
G.G. Jackson is...
Isn't he out?
At DC. Yeah, he's gone.
That's just my one
out. Gigi's gone. Luke Kennard is out. Vince Williams is out. They already have like a Christmas tree of depth chart right now.
Right.
So, I don't know.
And the Jazz love playing fast. They play way better at home.
I'm telling you, it's gotten bumped up to 9.5. I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Talon.
It's not to say I'm not taking Edie's under. Don't get me wrong. I don't know. This is it's only a good matchup if Kessler's out there, but I mean, the way Ja plays, right? He wants to post to the center every play. So I mean, could you see foul trouble early for Kessler? And yeah, they don't have size either. I mean, Eubanks is 6'9". He's pretty undersized himself too. I think they added him.
Yep.
Yeah. One more thing I want to ask you guys before I dip. Is this dude that they signed from the G League, is he the dude from Rutgers or Nebraska?
What's his name?
Yuki Kawamura?
He's not from Rutgers. Not from Rutgers. Are you talking about Cam Spencer from Rutgers that went to UConn?
No, I'm thinking of another guy. I just remember that Tominaga, that's who that is, DC. Okay. All right.
Oh, I saw that guy. Yeah, I don't know who
that is. In the preseason.
Yeah, he
was. Who the fuck is this guy?
He was.
I was just curious, but appreciate you boys for having me on.
Yeah, dude.
I will Catch you, boys. Best of luck.
Appreciate you,
Peace.
dude. Later. All right, let's move on to the next game, shall we? I saw someone wants to pitch on the over. I mean, just looking at these two teams, how could you ever want an over, especially sitting at 230? Like, you just compare the rest of these totals on the board, and this has got to be the least, I'll say it again, least sexy over on the board. And in terms of matchup, I mean, there should be tons of points in this game. Everything that Royal mentioned.
Yeah, the Jazz like to go small, and they sacrifice a lot of, easy twos. I mean, remember last year when I think Kessler was hurt or whatever, and John Collins was the 5 and Hendricks. I mean, I blindly took a center if he was huge. Blindly took him every time.
Mm-hmm. All right, what's the next one? Golden State, Portland. Well, I don't think we really talked about this game like me
Dude,
and you.
my mind's in a blender because wasn't that at like
5
something or 5.5?
5.5.
Yeah.
Then 6.5 this morning, or 6 flat, and now up to 7. I mean, I'm high on the Warriors, dude. If you had to,
yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, what, Ja? It's got to be Ja, Markkanen, or Bane, right? I mean, nobody even comes close.
Oh no, he's saying pick 2 players to be top scorers in their game out of the whole board.
All right, we'll do that at the end if that works.
Yeah, remind us, C-Tron. We'll talk about that. Kuminga rebounds bump to 5. Yeah, I mean, I love Kuminga. He's going to be the number 2 option in Golden State this year. He has to be. Points and rebounds is a great look. I ended up just going with points. I want to say Kuminga's free. Don't say that. But I think he's going to be going up against Jeremy Grant. I don't think Jeremy Grant is the best defender by any means. He's more of an offensive power forward. And Kuminga, man, he's another guy that's on the precipice of a most improved player. A guy in his, I believe, his 4th year. I mean, we talk about it all the time. 3rd and 4th year of these guys is when they really start to blossom and fulfill the potential that they were. As free as Rui last night. Exactly. Like, these guys that are stepping up into new roles, this is the time to take advantage of when the lines are going to be at a discount, and you're not going to see them be at these same lines later in the year. That you just won't. With the production that they're forced to have, with Steph being the key option, going to be honed in terms of like a Portland defense, they're going to try to stop Steph. And who's going to be that number 2 option? It's Kuminga. And he's extremely athletic and can run the paint and can also shoot. So I like Kuminga a lot against a terrible Portland defense, laying 7 on the road. I don't think you overthink it. I like Kuminga. Points, rebounds, whatever you want. PRA, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I would lean points first and foremost for him.
Thank you for the sub all day. 10 months. Let's go. W Randall.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, he's out there to score, man. And when Wiggins was at his best in that finals, when they won, he was grabbing a fuck ton of boards. Podzminski, I mean, this guy gets almost every board.
Underrated.
Yeah, I mean, he's like DiVincenzo, you see, where they just randomly grab an offensive board for no reason. He's a scrappy guy. Not the best scorer. He's just, spot up shooter. Who else is there? Draymond, obviously.
Wiggins.
More of a facilitator these days. Yeah, it's going to be Wiggins and Kuminga, in my opinion. One guy I do like, I don't know how much in this game, but just in general, I've been saying it. Moses Moody, man. He was really good in college. Yeah, I love him. He's been having a great preseason. Thought he was going to take a leap last year, but just didn't really get time. But yeah, I think he's going to be solid this year. He's been lighting it up in the preseason. Could be a look this game, but no, I'm with you, man. I mean, you know teams are going to start to double or blitz Steph when they're not really scared of anybody else, and that's where the door opens right up for Kuminga. I thought this line was like, I just think it's a bad line, to be honest. I mean, he was up in the 20s last year, I think because of injuries and stuff. But yeah, I took him plenty of times last year.
Pretty sure he averaged 16.5 last year, if I had to guess. Let me see. 16, 4, and 2. So obviously expecting him to take a step up in production.
He was in purgatory. Yeah, he was in like purgatory the first half. Steve Kerr just like didn't play him for some reason. No, I swear to God, DC's still in here. He brought it up the other day too. It's crazy.
Yeah, DC and his fucking Trailblazers love, man. Anything else in this game you want to talk about?
I got nothing, man. I mean,
total seems a little low.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how the Warriors do. I am pretty higher on them, I guess, than you can say. I think people are just saying the dynasty's over, right? Like, yeah, the dynasty's been over. but like they can still be a playoff team. You know, they're not a 70-win team anymore.
Yep. Give me your thoughts on this game.
I got no clue, man. I'm gonna be honest.
Really?
I mean,
This one's throwing you for a loop. This is the
yeah,
one?
bro. I mean, Paul George is gone. Kawhi's out. It should be the Harden show, but I mean, even in Philly last year and Clippers when he was traded, like even still, he wasn't like chucking like he should. So I don't know. I like your take on Norman Powell. I do like Zubac. I thought Fat Girls was on him. Maybe he.
Yeah, you should rock with Zubac, bro. You were talking about him preseason too.
I just think he's better than people think, and he played well last year. But yeah, Nurkic's just not the best defender. He's pretty slow. He's a hack. They just don't really have much size behind him. So, and again, nobody really else besides Norman Powell. Yeah, he is on Zubac. Nobody really else to score that you're scared of on the Clippers besides Powell. But you should see a lot of pick and roll with Zubac and Harden. So that's why I kind of like him. He's obviously the main rebounder. But yeah, I mean, this Phoenix team, man, they should be so much better. I love Tyus Jones. I'm curious to see how he fits.
Yep.
New coach, right? I think they had Vogel last year. I think he's gone.
They got Ogle or Ogle
Budenholzer. Yeah, I mean, he won a chip with the Bucks. So I don't know. They're usually a pretty offensive heavy team. So
I ended up taking his coach of the year. I think that's the best look in terms of coach of the year. If anybody can fulfill the potential that the Suns have, it's that guy.
Many times.
And yeah, Royal said it already, but I'm on Norman Powell points. I mean, this is a guy that might be the most underrated or I wouldn't call him second option.
6-man.
Yeah, most underrated guy in terms of scoring potential that nobody talks about. He's at 18.5. Obviously, with Harden's assist being a 9.5 juice to the over, I'm sure Norman Powell will have plenty of open shot opportunities in this game. Playing Phoenix at home. So
he's a microwave, man.
It just seems like Norman Powell is a guy most people don't even know exists. And is a guy who can get you 20. I mean, you ask someone on the street who Norman Powell is, they're saying he's my State Farm agent. Like,
yeah.
So I'm rocking with Powell, man. I think he's sleepy. I think he's underrated, and someone's gonna have to produce other than fucking James Harden in his 15th year of the NBA. So
I agree.
Yeah, that's what I'm rocking. I also lean the under a little bit just because the Clippers losing Kawhi, their best defensive piece, seems like this over should be free. I wouldn't be surprised.
And George.
And right, obviously. And just seems like a pretty obvious spot for an over. And this hasn't moved at all. It's been sitting at 225.5, I'm pretty sure, since opener. So completely frozen. I definitely lean the under. I'm trying to pull it up, but it's fucking up. But yeah, man. Those are all my reads for the NBA today. Anything else in this game or no?
That game, that's it for me. Like I said, I'm probably gonna watch that one. I'm curious to see how my boy Tyus does. And honestly, like we said, like the Suns have so much talent, man. Like pure scores. They got to find a way to put it together. So I like the under. Clippers defense will be much better. I agree. I mean, they still got some decent defenders. They still do. Terrence Mann. Who's the other guy? I mean, I think Zubac is a pretty solid defender too, as a post defender. Am I from Minnesota? So. Fuck no, man. All right, top point scorer.
Oh,
do you want?
Do all right, chat.
Oh, how come you're a Thies fan, bro? Real quick, I liked him at Duke. I think I was in college. I can't remember, but I liked him at Duke. I thought he was solid, or high school. I can't remember, but. Dude, when he was on the Grizzlies, I thought he was fucking awesome, man. Especially when Trey was out for the game. He was an easy 10 points, 12 points, 10 assists guy. I mean, I just think he's a baller, dude. I really do. I think the Wizards, that team was just a fucking joke. I mean, that team's a crapshoot. So I kind of throw that year out the window from him.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah, is he still in here? Like, do you want like chalk point scores or like do you want like longer shots? Because I mean,
what should we do?
I saw Curry was plus 100 in this game, and to me, unless they triple or double him, how the hell does that not hit? Like, the fuck?
Love the way you worded that. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at these games now. I didn't even think about that market.
Supposed to be the highest.
Dude, who would be the top point scorer in Bulls Pelicans? feel like you could get some crazy value on somebody.
Well, all right.
Maybe
So
White
picture
on
fully
DeJounte.
healthy, right? You would what? Probably assume Zion.
Yeah, I mean, crazy as it sounds, dude, Zubac.
Like Clippers game or? Nah, you can't do
Oh,
that.
not Zubac. Sorry, Vooch.
Oh,
Sorry.
Vooch?
Sorry. I don't know why I said Zubac.
I
We were
mean,
just
dude, the
talking about
matchup. No, he is out. I was saying if they're fully healthy, like we'll start with that. Like you would assume Zion, so you eliminate him from the picture. That's the problem, though, dude.
Kobe
Ingram
White.
can pop off.
Kobe White's going to be lined
Kobe
up with
White,
DeJounte,
man.
was obviously not a good matchup for Kobe White on paper. Dude, I think it's Vooch, low-key, would be a sneaky top scorer in that game.
I mean, you want me to be honest, too, with DeJounte in, Vital just nailed it. I think CJ, going back to an off-ball player, he was playing fucking point guard last year. Back to an off-ball player. The wow. Chat, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Clip it. Clip it. Holy shit. We don't get those very often. Clipped instantly. Wow. That's gonna be used for streams going forward. Bro, are you there?
I'm afraid to speak. I'm still growing, chat. Give me a fucking break, all right?
That should be the sub sound, dude.
I don't even know what I was trying to say. Oh yeah, the Bulls give up a lot of 3-point attempts, man. So I think CJ's gonna have a ton of open looks, not being a point guard.
Bro's growing.
That's insane. Yeah, dude. I mean, remember when you hit puberty, your voice cracks, usually a little growth spurt. Still growing, man. Doctor said I was supposed to be 6'4", not even fucking close. So I don't know how that dude has a job, but anyway. Vooch, top point scorer.
Looking at some of the other games here.
Something like that.
What
Yeah,
about
fries bag.
Sengun, dude?
You wanted barbecue sauce, right, DC? I think I had that. We're ready to go. He's growing, cut him some
Sengun, Maxi. These are just a few names that I don't hate.
It's crazy, man. LCLV on the Austin
Bam.
crazy.
I don't hate Bam.
Guys, the mulch is in the truck.
You know who I haven't heard once today on the Suns?
Durant.
Honestly, Booker or Durant. I haven't heard a peep.
Any of them, bro. Beal.
I haven't heard a peep of any Suns props. What is going on?
It's like you're flipping a fucking coin, man.
I know.
Yeah, Adam was saying he likes him.
Saying who? Siakam? Oh yeah, Adam. Yeah. Adam's a good capper. He likes Siakam. I'd trust him. Sengun respects the game. Yeah, he's a beast. I would say that's probably one of my favorite top point scorers if we're really looking at it is probably Sengun with his matchup. The only thing I'm worried about is the blowout when that one.
Yeah, that's fair. Honestly, LaMelo
could be.
Is that crazy?
I don't know. I feel like he just never. This could just be completely wrong, but I feel like he never has like an opening day that just he goes off in. But I could be wrong. I just my like eye test.
He's fucking hurt,
understanding.
Man. Yeah, I don't hate that. He actually commented on my tweet yesterday. I think that's him. Loic, is it Loic or Loich? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, they brought him there, I think, because they didn't have a point guard last year, so I think that's quite a sneaky fit.
D-book for top points could be. Only problem is that's even more volatile with that Suns team, right?
All right, definite picks. I mean, if we're going chalk, I don't know how it's not Curry.
Yeah, I like Curry and Sengun. Those are probably my favorite.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Can't work with Sengun. Oh, Loic. Okay.
Who y'all on for Magic Heat? Royal is on the Heat. I am on the Magic
Heat, man.
Under.
I saw there's a lot of. I mean, it's getting labeled as fake sharp. It very well could be. I'm with Fat Girls. I don't know if anyone follows him or have seen him on DeGen stream, but definitely just don't see Magic taking that huge leap that you see a lot of these young teams do. Obviously, they were a playoff team, but struggle on the road. I still think they're a point guard away. And yeah, I just think they need a little more talent, in my opinion. I think that he have the size to play physical with them because that's what the Magic kind of do. They beat up on these smaller teams.
Is this comment troll? Luka doesn't play.
Maybe. I don't know. Somebody did that in Book It too. They gave out Luka points. They probably just assumed every other team was playing.
Oh. Yeah,
Oh, that's
they
the
put
other
him
thing I
on.
forgot to mention. Thank you for saying his name, Hefe. Jimmy Butler and all that shit, like not getting paid. Like that man wants his money. That's a player I want to back, bro.
Butler too busy making coffee.
Is it actually C dot? Or are you fucking with me?
No, of course not, dude. He knows. Dallas play the Smurfs tomorrow. Yeah.
Exactly, free flyer. I agree. I mean, I could see Paolo, at least like all around, because it seems like they want him to play like the Giannis and LeBron role, right? Like a ball handling forward. So maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I just think this is a brutal matchup for them, man. And on the road, like you said, remember that Cavs series, man? The only time they won was on the road, and they got destroyed. Or sorry, at home, and they got destroyed on the road.
Mhm.
Yeah, true. Bronny James, the Mega Max. Did that actually happen? Is that true? Over a crash. Dean
Yeah,
Wade.
whenever shit from like 2 years ago gets brought up, it's usually never good.
That's probably some
will
hush
say
money
that.
involved.
Yeah. Snowman raid, dude.
Hell yeah.
Huge. Snowman. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, I gotta see if he. I told him to hit us up yesterday. I gotta see.
I told him to. Yeah, I DM'd him too. And I haven't checked my Twitter DMs. Another dude I want to
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
See you in here.
She should be.
What's your favorite play tonight, brother?
Yeah, I'd love to hear. I'm down to ride Snowman Sports Display. I'm down. What you got for us, Snowman? You DM me back. I'll get back to you, bro. Don't worry. My DMs are a mess, but I definitely want to have you on.
Thank you for the raid, by the way, brother.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Yeah,
appreciate you, dude.
Give us the card, Snowman. All right, we did.
TJD.
That Trace Jackson Davis. Tyus assists, job points, Jalen Green.
TJD.
Is that Trace Jackson Davis, or am I missing somebody? Yeah, Warriors center.
Okay,
Perfect.
yeah.
I mean, hey, he was good last year. I'm gonna be honest. People thought he wasn't gonna translate. He was more than solid, in my opinion.
It's definitely a guy with a shit ton of. I think the whole Warriors roster is guys with untapped potential, obviously except for Steph, and Draymond. But
I'm telling you, man, Moody. You remember him from college 2 years ago, or was it 3 at this point?
Where did he go to school?
I always forget. I get him confused with somebody. Let me see. I want to say Arkansas. Yeah,
really?
Arkansas, right? Yeah. Dude, he was really good.
I'm always following Arkansas basketball. I should have known that.
I want to see what he averaged. 16.8 points for the career.
Like, yeah, dude. I'm always following. I'm always
pretty good, right?
I mean, yeah.
College, 16.8.
Me and Royal are always following back the Bulls that show us love. I like.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't like. I genuinely don't give a fuck about like follower count. I really don't. Like if you're cool with me,
if you care about
there's people
to
like
follower ratio count, you're an absolute loser.
There's really people out there that act like that. Like I
have triple the followers that I follow, bro. I'm the coolest kid. Yeah,
genuinely don't give a fuck, man. Like genuinely don't care. Like if you're
I like
cool
following
with me,
everyone back.
Yeah,
because I like seeing y'all's tweets too. All right. Well, do you want to wrap things up? It feels like Snowman always raids us right before we're gonna end.
No, I want to see if I can find him quick. Is it just Snowman Sports?
Yeah.
I totally forgot to look yesterday.
Snowman Sports, yeah. Little recap, I guess. We could do a little recap of what we like. I mean, my card is Jalen Johnson, PRA. I got Kuminga over points. Norman Powell over points. Sixers plus 3.5, plus 4.5, whatever you want to do. Magic team total under 103.5. Memphis, Utah over. And the Pacers, Detroit first half under. That's my whole card. I got 99 likes on my cards. Can someone give me a little boost to give me triple digits? I'd really appreciate it. Perfect rotation.
I think I just followed you.
I got a comment. Love it all, but why Sixers? Seems like easy buck spot.
What do you think?
I mean, yeah, it seems absolute air. And someone else goes, "Are you a Philly fan?"
Yeah, you're getting called biased.
Yeah.
MJ bet's biased, guys. Just fade the fuck out of that. Just kidding. I will go over mine. I'm on Mobley over 15.5 points. I still like it at 16.5 if it's there. Brandon Clark over 8.5, -120 MGM. Not going to give sell job, but I think he plays a lot tonight with the small ball. Thank you. Vucevic over 17.5. This guy fucking steals so much coin, but got to play the matchup versus a rookie center and undersized center. I'm on the Heat money line. Mulch is in the truck, but Mansion, dude, I fucking wish. I like the Heat. I think they're more experienced, better coached, good spot at home versus young, flashy Magic team. I like the Hawks -6.5. I think it's a bigger year for the Hawks. I think they kind of put themselves back on the map in the playoff hunt. Love that Trey's the main facilitator, and the Nets fucking suck.
I'm gonna tell you what my favorite play of yours is, and it's Brandon Clark.
Yeah,
That's why I ended up tailing. What's your favorite play of mine?
let me see again. I know you
What are
just
you
went
tailing?
through.
I feel like we should have an oath together for this NBA season
Fair.
that we tail each other's favorite play every day.
Oh, Kuminga, bro, 100%.
All right. Can we agree to that? Can we virtual handshake?
Yeah, we can.
All right. Is this right?
I don't
Wait.
know.
Hold on. Nope.
Yeah, I had it.
No. It's flipped.
No, it's flipped on yours. I'm having a seizure.
Here we go. Ready?
That was probably the weirdest moment on Ramble Stream, guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Cool. Cool.
That's
So Kuminga and Brandon Clark, little two-piece for us. Beautiful. I agree, man. It's definitely my grossest play, but I like it a lot, man. I like it a lot.
Hold on, T-Bone. Fuck you. crazy sick mustache, bro. And damn, that penthouse is nuts too. Woo! Are you mewing? Bro, what in the fucking brain rot is that, man?
All right, let's wrap this shit up. Guys, we really appreciate you guys showing love. We're going to be live pretty much every day for NBA season, excluding Fridays more than likely, because we need a break during the week. Simple as that. If you guys show love, though, and if a week is, you guys are really showing out, we'll go live Friday. It's up to you guys. As much support as you show us will be as much as we stream. I think that's a fair deal, right?
Yeah, 100%.
W Founders.
For averaging 5 viewers, then no.
Let's fucking
don't let that happen, gentlemen.
Let's take Ramble to the moon, boys. Let's fucking do this thing as a community. Let's fucking build something awesome, man. Let's fucking do it. Let's have a great basketball season.
Oh yeah,
enjoy each other's company.
Is it just like Twitch? Can we tune in?
What is it?
He said he's about to fire up playback for the games.
Oh, definitely, bro.
No, I'm saying is it like just like Twitch? You can just tune in whenever.
Yeah, it's like an app, and it like plays.
No, I didn't know because I know you watch games on it. I didn't know if you had to like. Oh, he sent you a DM. Perfect. Okay.
Beautiful. Yeah, we'll definitely pull up at him.
Oh yeah, Xander. Good to see you in here, bro.
I'm gonna get some food.
That's OG right there. 9 months.
9 months, dude. Drop some fucking test tubes in chat. You guys are in tune for having a good day, all right? Good vibes only, baby. Come on. Appreciate you guys. Let me see some test tubes going.
Come on.
All right, boys.
And the boys back to back sweep. That's what we need to know. Let's both find out. All right.
Have a good basketball season,
Yeah,
guys.
bro.
I know, going crazy.
Jump.
Beautiful to see.
We got roughly 80 viewers on Twitch, at least, maybe more. Oh, yeah. Let me get in here. Right. Here we
Appreciate you guys. Ciao, Bella. Later.
Ramble Nation.